Is it that time? What is up, one and all? Midweek Muster returns for another edition. A little bit fast track this week, actually. We didn't have as many sign-ups. Shame on you, all of you. You could have had this as your moment. This could have been your day, right? You could have reigned supreme, finally able to slay. Why didn't you just do it, man? Disappointing. Maybe next week. Remember, guys, always got to sign up. You don't want to miss Anna. Oh, man, but it is a good bloody day. We have got Age of Empires 4. We have also got Battlefield 6 coming out in just a few hours. In fact, have they got a countdown? We got like an hour and a half? I'm pretty sure it's an hour and a half. Release clock? I'm pretty sure we got like an hour and a half. So we're going to do some games at Age of Empires 4, cast the good things. Yeah, 16 BST. So we got at least 2 hours to spend on AoE 4. And we're going to spend them well, guys. I'm just having a look, actually, to see if we've got any live series coming up. I have seen some comms. It's Mirror and Mahoda on Saturday. Boo! Yeah, because it's a little bit of a lighter week in terms of who plays when they play. I think, like, we were going to start with the third place match, but I do have unfortunate news on that front. Turns out that there was a forfeiture by Anatan. I'm not really happy about that. I get he wants to focus on the weekend, but like realistically, he could have just played while the grand finals was going on up against Voldemar, and that would have sorted it. Also, I just realized, wait, why is the green screen like not... Oh, wait, I put it down. That would make sense. Yeah, we did put the green screen down. Because I'm going to be swinging my arms around a lot when we're in game. Oh, is that? I totally forgot to take the crop pad off. There we go. Man, that was claustrophobic for no reason. But yes, so we're going to probably have some Legends from the Ladders games to kind of fill the gaps while we wait for the series to get posted, because like I said, like we always begin with the third place match. It's really unfortunate. I'm not happy with that. I might just message Anno after the weekend, be like, in future, mate, just literally, if you schedule the time to play grand finals, you can schedule the time to play the third place. It could have just been played at the same time. It's just, it is what it is. It's unfortunate. We move on. What we're going to do, though, we'll open up with probably, I think, a Louis game, mate. It's a good prelude to this week, right? With him re-entering the midweek muster. Eyebrows, eyebrows. I'm telling you guys, it's the place to practice. It's the place to be. But let's see. I think I saw a Demu game in here. A little bit more Benjamin. People not getting their dose of him today, so we'll like provide it elsewhere, you know? Sounds like a plan. For a dry Arabia game. There we go. Alright, Reese versus HRE. Let's go. Oh, man, I'm a little bit gutted, actually. We haven't had anyone just immediately ready to do their series this week. Because we have got a brand new map that Corvinus has been working really hard on that I'm looking forward to showing off. We'll see. Maybe someone will post a series. But let's kick off with this. Alright. Oh, wait. Why does the... We're missing something here. Where's the sponsor carousel? There it is. I don't know why that was hidden. It's hidden there as well. What the hell? Let's get our guys in there. And yes, thank you, the reminder on the camera. All right. We had to have a look in on this. I feel like this is a classic, and I'm shocked it hasn't actually happened that much recently. Because Marine Lord made this man a sweaty boy. Louis MT used to always be on the ladder up against Demu. Demu's been lonely recently, so I had to check this out when I saw it in the history. It's going to be a fun one. HRE versus Roos. Okay, a bit of a classic matchup for Dry Arabia. I remember this was like the full-fledged meta. If you guys remember, it used to be 2TC meta was back in those days, and you would have Roos wall off the relic so the HRE just got starved out of what they wanted most. Different time, though. Different meta. If anything, actually, Roos are now the greedy boy and HRE are the aggressor. So curious to see if we get something different from Roos. Maybe Demu can try to play H2, just be up in his opponent's face. Because I don't know if I like it if you just straight up rush castle. Because technically, if HRE rush castle, they rush it better, right? Whoa. I mean, if I... this is why I would lose to HRE all the time. I'd see a spawn like this, and I'm like, bro... Those deer, they need to find Jesus. We're going to help them today, all right? I would be in there instantly, and I know that I would be punished for it every time. But, in fairness to me, it would be worth it. It's totally worth the greed. Actually, like, in fairness, I'm a bit surprised people don't try that more, considering, like, walling is harder, but I think it's possible in theory. The weird part is that people just didn't bother doing that type of move often, even when you could wall more reliably, if you guys remember in the past. I think that's what took me most by surprise there. Although new maps and weapons from Beta for Battlefield 6. Oh my god, we're echoing. Sorry, guys. Dude, that's TikTok for you. It always does that when I go live. There should be loads more. It's not the beta anymore, it's the full game. So there's gonna be, I don't know if they actually announced how many maps. I would assume like 12-ish at least. As well as extra guns, I believe, were confirmed. It looked like there was obviously extra guns because there was way too few handguns, for example. Yes. But we'll check that out. I think we've got about 2 hours until that's live, and we'll be hopping straight on into the multiplayer. Well, let's fast forward just a little bit on the other game here, just to get into the feudal age. Is getting Ark and drop. The sheep drop-off, pretty good. 16 sheep. What? Demu went double scout and lost on the scouting like that? Yeah, he's really far behind. 8 sheep for Demu. Meanwhile, Louis has 15. Cha-ching. I mean, maybe you don't need pro scouts after all. Especially with this type of spawn. Just tree line, arcing it up, get the good gold life. I think the onus here is going to be on Demu to try and find some sort of punishment to stop his opponent just getting away with the greed. But how you do that is a giant other question mark to solve for. All right, it's like one of those like math ones, like solve for problem A while X multiplies to the power of Z. When you permute it into D, it becomes just as efficient as F, and you can make 5 Fs to calculate Z. Did you guys follow all that? Now figure it out. Because that's how it actually feels sometimes. But it's going to be Pro Scouts. Okay, Louis. Do we even need Pro Scouts for this type of sheep haul? I think he probably could have got away with a gold-focused castle rush. But in fairness, you know, there's a risk there. We talked about the fact that the onus would be on Demu to do something in that case, and it would give him some flex. So instead, just playing aggressively into your opponent's strategy, right? Beating him at the food game does make a lot of sense. Because if he has to go farms first, it's already big GG. Because let's say you're mirrored on going farms. You're still very happy there as the HRE. You can transition farms real fast. Man, I feel like this one's going to be a bit tough. I'm just thinking about, like, what's the weakness of the spawn? Because that back D is very easy for Louis to come back for secondary. And Demu, does he know it's Pro Scouts? He might be suspicious. I like the way that Louis done this, though. He primed Pro Scouts and opened spears. So he only has one Deer Gatherer returning the goods home, but now he has spear spam to block the roost on the second deer pack. Demu yet to commit to a production building, actually. I would have expected archery range by now. But maybe he didn't scout it. This is always the tricky thing with Pro Scouts. You stop being a professional scout. Like, it's contradictory to call it Pro Scouts. Like, it's literally the thing you stop doing. You know? That's like that's like being the popcorn dispenser guy at the cinema and saying you're a pro dentist. Well, people crack their teeth on our kernels all the time, so like I'm well proficient in it. Yeah, but you don't really do that, do you? Like you're not even really involved in the true process. That's not true, actually. They are involved in the process. That's the guy who makes you require the root canal. The first spear is now here. Demu just adding the archery range for the safety. Nah, he's just gonna gung-ho it. There's still one deer over here. Actually, two. Yeah, so Lou's gonna get some on guard there. Marching drills just makes this so much more annoying with just one spearman. Normally, one spearman, like, let's shrug, go around him. But when it's the freaking HRE. Oh, he actually gets one? Come on. That's crazy. With a single spear, I wouldn't have expected kills. And Demu, oh no, dude, he's gonna lose a second. What? All right, I'm just gonna go out on a limb here and say that this is being played on India. This is 100% the Indian servers. The delay on Demu's drop-off is wild. Like, there's nothing else for him to look at, right? So there's no way you should be losing double scout there other than ping. I know, normally people make their own excuses. I'm making the excuse for Ben. Because that's quite egregious. For a player of his caliber, I wouldn't expect a double loss there. That's wild. Can you tell what server it is? I don't think there's any way. The only way you can tell is when you go to click observe on a live game, it'll tell you the server. Otherwise, we're just left to guess by the fact that Demu is hemorrhaging scouts to a single spearman. Little Leonidas over here is winning the game. And there we go. Demu gets the drop off quick enough this time. Triple archer range, high trade house on the way. Get your numbers in, folks. How good do you think it's going to be? How succulent is this one going to be? I'm never sure if succulent is just a weird word or a good word. And I always get that vibe. It's like, I think it's a decent word. It does sound a little bit dodgy. Regnants. I mean, this is the thing about HRE. Remember, he built spears as well, but no catch-up required. Pretty much mirrors the timing. Prelates are already in position, picking up relics in a game where you do not have any anti-prelates. You've got scouts. It's not a great way of stopping this. Horse archers are being produced, but they take time to arrive, and by the time they're going to get here, we're probably looking at one relic home, another one almost there. Did he get the back relic too? Where's he gathering from? Okay, he's going far south. Just the two. Did he get... No, it's up here. I was about to say, I thought he got scammed on the relic spawn for a second there, but... Scouts just coming in to block this out. So this is going to be 3 relics then. 4? 4 relics. Ah. Yeah, this doesn't look that good. Oh, what do you do with this? 4 relic regnants, and you didn't even get the advantage of pro scouts. Like, best you can do is 50-50 pro scout split. Who needs relics when you got a high trade house? That's true. That high trade house is worth 114 gold. Woo-wee! We done it, baby. We broke the bank. That's right. I'd like to take a mortgage out again. I'd like to go ahead and add all the caviar in. And you know what? I'll get this guy's drink. What's this chump making per? Oh, he's making 160 gold per relic? Oh, yeah, but he must have, like, I guess he just had, wait, he's got 3 already? Almost 4? Oh, dog. This ain't it. Knight's coming out now. Does at least deny the prelate. There's a lot of knights, though. The type of build where you kind of wish you had mine work for the barded armor, but if you did, you wouldn't have this type of tech timing. Prelate will just attempt it again. Ignore the body of his predecessor. The warrior monk shows up. It's like, wait, am I a joke to you all? Well, I mean, yeah, you carry that stick as if anyone cares. He's at least going to give the buff across to a few, but he's going to get clubbed down. The prelate's even joining in the party for a little bit heal. And wait, that's actually going to be a bait, I think. Does Demu know the other prelate made off? He must have seen it. Because if he didn't scout it, then it'll look like he already just got the guy coming for the relic. But to make matters worse, there's double spearman out here on the back relic. Dive in is at least going to find a worker kill for Demu. One little attempt. That does not work, sir. So minus 240. Horse archers now with a dive. Workers. Seek shelter. What? Wait, it's full. What? Seriously, I do not understand seek shelter sometimes. It makes 0 sense. That building is full. Why are they running there? What? Abysmal situation. Good for Demu fans, though. He's now 5 eco up. Remember, Louis, he built 2 prelates out of the TC to get that relic timing, so he sacrificed. Voice Fortitude now queued up as well. Louis is just at downloadmoreknights.com. I'm starting to think that this is not Louis MT playing. I think that CSO might have snuck onto his account. Are we going to see anything other than knights? I mean, in fairness to him, he did build a few spearmen at the start of the game. So, and then he built some scouts. So technically, he has unit diversity. He's built 3 different unit types, guys. We shouldn't be harsh about this. Raw archer spam still. Okay, then we have staples now. That's better. I was about to say, you got to have some sort of front line eventually. Like, even if it's just more scouts to body to start the fight. Because otherwise, the problem with horse archers actually mass it up. Yeah, there's a lot of DPS involved there, but they also end up just becoming very clunky to wield. Because they're such fat units. So moving around, you end up just losing a bunch just trying to shuffle. Dive in, tries some worker kills, does find another. Double horse archer death. Almost a triple for it. And Louis can afford these losses. Also, I think Demu skipped on worker production. Definitely. The count doesn't make sense. Louis lost 4, but he should be behind by an extra 2. He's only behind by about, like, 1.5. Wild CC time definitely does add up. Did I mention already today that I'm so goddamn excited for Battlefield? I was talking to one of my creators about this, and I was like, it actually legitimately feels like it's back. Finally. Oh, we're going to have so much fun today, guys. Someone that doesn't look like they have fun is Demu. What? Oh my god. He's lost the horse archer mass. The knight count is higher now. His own knight's going to get clubbed down. Ranged armor 2 is already in. He has at least got the Saint's Blessing temporarily to buff him up. But guys, this looks bad. To make matters worse, Louis already beginning the farm transition. Meanwhile, Demu, he's going to have to start thinking about moving out. He's already on the berries. So he's going to have to take risky food while his opponent is playing full raid comp. Deep breaths as if you're pregnant. Except you wouldn't be pregnant because you're gamers. And gamers don't have time to get laid because we're too busy playing games. Boom. Just keep chasing away. He doesn't seem to even be getting a kill reliably, right? No. Okay, there we go. Micro good from Demu. But it takes 2 volleys to get a kill, so it's very difficult to actually trade favorably here. Naked frontline? You don't need frontline if you have enough backline. That's how it works. Have you guys ever played, like, you ever played Supreme Commander 2? So in Supreme Commander 2, I had a friend who, he played, I can't remember their name. They're like, the faction that had kind of like a triangle symbol. And they had this special siege that you could even build when artillery was banned in the game. So what did he do? He just built lots of that artillery. He didn't need an army, because if everyone else has been blown up, you don't need anyone to stand. That's the genius. Like, oh. Didn't think of that. Like, what is it? Was it the monologue about the out of the box? Sometimes you have to take the box and beat the crap out of the box. Yeah, everyone wants to, you know, think outside the box. But sometimes you just got to climb inside the box. And then you got to punch through the box. And then you got to rip the box up into pieces. And then you got to eat the box. And then you crap the box out. And then you flush the box away. That is out of the box. Although, actually, now that I think about it, massing just horse archers isn't exactly out of the box thinking. Double wooden fortress on a berry patch is, though. Have I ever seen a Roost player do this? I'm going to go with no. In fairness to him, the gold is here as well, so it's not as tragic of a tale as it should, but it's still pretty rough. Double wooden fortress. And he still has too many workers here, folks. He's got 24. There's only garrison spots for 16. He's going to want to start moving soon because Louis is eager. Louis heard there was a box here. He wants to eat it. Love that. Louis, he got Cistercian Abbey, so he's starting to build farms around the Regnates as well. It's actually very efficient. You can easily afford it because it's heavily gold-based and he has all the relics. All bar one. And the cool thing about it is that compared to adding in the second wave of Arcan farms here, it's much more efficient on the drop-off. That is going to be a big drop in horse archer count, though. What? Okay, so actually a decent fight for Louis, but guys, here's a thought. If I'm Demu and I just done that, I'm like, we vibing. This was a great fight. Time to counterattack. Little does he know that Louis hasn't even revealed the full punch. This man's got 40 knights. Oh no, and Demu, he's about to learn about it. Louis just runs into the base, uncontested, as the horse archers are still chasing cross map. Villagers try to seek shelter, but it's not gonna work. Louis finds the timing. Catches old man Ben not looking. He will lose 3 more knights. But Demu has bigger problems now. This type of burn power, yeah, he could go for a wooden fortress. Apparently, death to lumber camps is a first priority. That should be wooden fortress going down. Sprint placement's not going to matter. It's not going to come through quick enough here. That's 8 workers in trouble. He can at least shift some of them into the TC if he's quick about this. But there's no speed! Louis, he was expecting it. It never happened. Yeah, when the aggressor's quicker than the defender knows when he can leave, and yet still. Now Louis with a 16 worker lead. Grim, dark tales being told in this one. Demu. Oh, God, it gets worse. Wave after wave. This night spam is like the scene from World War Z in Israel, except imagine if all those zombies are armor clad, so you can't even shoot. That's how this feels. Like, oh yeah, that's it. That's fine. We'll be safe, right? No. It's just never going to stop. It's never going to stop until he admits that Louis MT wants that top spot back and he's on his way to win like this. Yeah, Louis, I mean, he took a bit of a break from grinding the ladder, so he doesn't have the #1 spot anymore, right? But, funnily enough, I checked the ladder this morning. He's not far off. With this account, it's a bit further down, but his secondary is actually only behind May by 40. The title win was this. Demu, we're going to speed this up a bit. This is, like, I don't see the way right now unless he goes 2TC. But 2TC with this many knights is difficult. 100 Spearmen will survive this? I don't know about that one, dog. These knights are pretty spooky. The problem with playing mass horse archers like this is it really requires you to be in control of the map or it just doesn't work. If you can't maneuver, then what's the point? And he can't maneuver here because the knights are up in his face. Like, if he could technically always run away to a certain degree. But the thing we always highlight with these type of horse archer strats is you can run away. Your workers can't. Right? They are stuck. And doomed. Wait, hold on a sec. Wait, where's Louis? What? What? All this for one small outpost? Oh, hold on. Alright, there might be hope for the Benny Boy fans. Louis is scrambling around the tree line and... Okay, I take it back. There's no hope. Germany got good healthcare. What? Louis, he's been massing prelates, and I wondered when that would happen. It wasn't even for inspired warriors. It was just for healing. I think this man has experienced way too much deli. So we've got May playing mass elephant heal time, and then we've got Louis playing mass knights heal time. All right, it's fair to say that healing is dominating the ladder. And look at the health bars now. It's so refreshed. It's like it never happened. I think he noticed this why he's like, oh, get out of here. GG called. Louis MT, #1 subscriber to downloadmorenight.com. Oh dear, oh dear. What a game. I just realized my camera's off in that scene, isn't it? Yeah, let's go like that. Oh, blimey. Alright, boyos. Next up, I noticed that Numadan and Wham clashed. Why is it already hot in here? Dude, it's meant to be the winter, and yet I feel really, really freaking hot. Explain that. So, I've got an English-Japan game for you. Do you guys want it? Be honest. It's on Altai. It's okay to say no. Sometimes it's underrated. You guys want it, don't you? I love how chat has gone completely silent. Like, no one wants to admit whether they want it or not. It's English on Altai, do we? Alright, I'm reluctant to give it to you, but the chat has spoken. English on Altai. Please don't leave the video. You kill it in its infancy. It's Wham. We love watching Wham. Wham has been evolving so much as a player, but when he goes on English, it's the same old story it's always been. Boomin' feels good, and on a map like Altai, you gotta imagine that's where we're heading. Welcome back to the channel, folks. His opponent is going to be none other than Numadan on the other side of this as Japan. Altai is a polarizing map, though. I don't know if, like, HC Altai improves the state of things, but I feel like it has delivered not too many absurdly dragged out games. And Japan isn't exactly a civ that normally goes to the dragged out games either. They're more of a tempo-based civ. So Numu, even though people think of him as a boomer boy who just goes to the late game, I don't want to write him off that way. I think Numadan actually doesn't get enough praise for his aggression in the early game. Like, we've seen it. He's incredible in the first 15, 20 minutes. Gear gathering opening. We're just doing 2x speed for the early game because I'm expecting this either way to be 2TC Abbey of Kings. Because that's pretty much all English does at the moment. For better or worse, that's just become the bread and butter of their existence. Wait, what? Hold up. On this map, against English, he does Coca. Coina? Alright. Color me intrigued. Everyone's going Kuru right now. Without a doubt, it is just by far the most successful and popular build. So to see this is a little bit unusual. Especially on a map like Altai, like what's your penetration point? What's the point in having these ninjas? Seems we're gonna have another Red Bull Warlord tournament. I've been wondering about that. Someone messaged me about it, and I'm like, oh, hello. Because obviously, like, it wouldn't be a Red Bull Warlord this year. If it was gonna happen, it would have to now be next year. But that's pretty epic. Because I wasn't sure if like they come back and do another one. My thought is like they've done a lot of them. And I think one of the big challenges when you do these type of events is like, how do you make the next one better than the last? And I done Red Bull Warlord Legacy. It was pretty epic. But then I done Red Bull Warlord El Renado. And regardless of how you feel about AU4's presence or whatever, it was their best one. It was hands down their best one. The caliber of experience they had on site there is going to be difficult to top. And hold on a second. Pause that thought. Wait. Short bows! No! Oh my god, he doesn't even get a single kill. I can't believe that. Wham, I wasn't expecting to be that greedy. He usually dropped the TC on the gold, but he went wide. And that was the most pointless ninja ever. Like, dude, everyone talks about ninjas like they're OP. I remember when I tested ninjas for the first time and I used them against Merlin, and he did not stop crying about how broken they were because they could blink over walls and everything. Well, checkmate. Look how easy it is. Just get a bow. Oh, man, that feels bad. Because he pulled, was that like 12? You only need 16 villagers to one-hit kill the Shinobi, if I remember correctly. But like the idea for Numadan, I've seen this type of build before. So his real goal obviously is Castle Age, but he wanted a reaction. He wanted to delay something. He didn't. You know, the Estes got cancelled, but it got cancelled because Wham wanted to go deeper and get deer. So there wasn't a bad element to the cancel. It's actually a really good one for him. I hope AU4 is not a part of it? Really? I don't know, man. I think there's a way for it to be mutually beneficial. My feedback on that event is like in an ideal world, just have the budgeting to have the top 4 for AoE4 there. The top 4 for Age of Myth could have been there. Or maybe just top 2. And then, you know, your 8 from AoE2. Because I think that's the other thing that people mistook about Red Bull Warlord El Renado is that it wasn't... It was actually smaller for Age of Empires 2 as well. Because Legacy, the one that happened in Heidelberg, had 16 players, if I remember correctly. And then it downgraded it to 8. So, yeah. Alright, so Numu. Tech up now complete. Wham, ready to mirror it. Should be a white tower coming in. And nice, secures the wood lines. But wait a second. This time the Uma Bannerman's here. I love this time from Numadan. But wait, no. Ignore the kin. He doesn't matter. Chip away at those worker kills. Yeah, remember, you can build the Uma Bannerman before you age up. Did he rush some stone for it? No, he just manually got it in time. But the Uma chasing off like this, not great. Doesn't even finish that kill, wastes a lot of time running back. Wow, I'm just playing a game of shuffleboard here, trying to minimize losses. It is going to be a 4th worker kill. 5th as well. Okay, Numadan, he's getting some tempo here. White tower is going to be going up. The worker count is going down. Wham, with 2 TC fast castle and now only 2 workers ahead. Would love to see the Yorishiro drop going into the TC next for Numu. That would mean that he doesn't really fall too far behind here. It gives him a lot more flexi, because right now, you know, Wham, by going 2 TC, a lot of the burden on his economy is producing workers. It's very difficult to get military out here. So Numu's next goal is probably going to be to go for relics. And if he goes for the TC Yorishiro drop, it means while getting those relics, you don't end up falling really far behind on worker count. But yeah, like, I would love for AoE4 to still be part of Red Bull. I mean, it benefits me to say that personally, but then, like, I don't know. I like to think in high, like, even if AoE4 wasn't there, that I'd maybe be invited to do, like, interviewing or something. So, like, it's not as a negative for me, it's as a positive for the community. Like, what else? Like, I don't know. I find it silly when people are like, oh, we have this tournament, that tournament of our own. Yes, we do. But if you don't think that, like, Red Bull can be a force for good, for Age of Empires 4 as well, then that's naive. Those events are freaking iconic. Like, I'll talk to people and they'll rant, like, it'll come up and they'll be like, yo, I've seen that. It's such a memorably unique thing. Nemu now with the forward move. Berries plus the ball. Dude, I'm so freaking excited for Battlefield. I'm actually like I'm bouncing up and down like a kid at Christmas. Oh, King showing up though. Mount Samurai to answer. Shifts are going to come out. That should be enough. And the path. Oh my god, the pathing. Please stop. Oh, he's just getting griefed by the berries there. Does at least get himself a worker kill. Other side, this Numu still circling around like a shark. Really? Torture's out on the secondary TC. It's not really something you should be able to kill, though. It's very difficult to obtain that. I think he just wants to try and idle out, though. The Mount Samurai shouldn't die fast in those type of dives, and it just keeps your opponent in check, so that even if his worker's ahead, he's idled up, so it doesn't feel like his worker's ahead. Oh, and by the way, guys, reminder, we are working with Might and Magic. Oh, dude, you know, I'm like dream childhood moment to be able to say that. I'm working with Archon Studios in particular on Might and Magic. If you guys are interested in card games or Might and Magic, I highly recommend clicking that link when it pops up in chat. They did, like, actually, let me check. What did they achieve in the end? They had day 1 launch, and they were going kind of crazy on the funding. They've cracked almost 600,000 euros raised in less than a day. That's crazy. That's incredible. Well done. Is it a collectible? You can technically collect it. It's not, if you mean by like Pokemon standards of open a random pack, no. So it's, you buy the decks. But that doesn't mean it can't become collectible in its own way. Oh, pulls up. I think the thing that I love about it is the idea of mixing different factions as well, like you would in a game of Might and Magic. You can do that. I can't remember if they said it was 2 or 3. I think it's 2 different factions you can mix in. So you could be like Castle as well as Necropolis. Or Rampart Castle, that actually would be my classic. So Numadan playing downloadmorenights.com. But Wham's prepping crossbows. I don't know if I like this Mad Samurai idea. I think sometimes it's a little bit overrated. It's a powerful unit for sure, but when you play on a map like this, it gets walled up and linear very fast. Need all your money for AoE 4 skin drops? You mean the skin drops that don't exist? You know what you need all your money for, Red Darksider? Subscribing. Where's the emote? Where's the subscriber symbol? And B won yesterday. Week number 8 was a B victory 4-0 over Demu. Gonna be a fun week actually, because Wham is back in rotation when we do have some of the midweek muster games ready. Canadian dominance returning, question mark? Questionable choice here to step up. I think maybe a misread on the situation for Wham. Numadan does just jump in on the crossbowman. decent number of the amount of samurai still alive. Like, you've got to respect the abandonment buff. It's a huge increase of DPS. Remember, it's getting 15% more and a unit already hits for 24. Now that the attack speed aura is in for Wham, it should be enough to scare Demu away, or what little's left. He has secured the gold in the center in the meantime. Still suboptimal that the AoE4 guys only had the finals. I feel like Puppy and Wham weren't at their best because it takes time to adjust the land. I mean, so to that point, you are correct, but also I don't think it's fair to, like, say Puppy and Wham weren't at their best because, like, you could say that Marine Lord. That, the thing that people really don't realize about that finals, and my feedback is that basically you should have semi-finals and grand finals. You should have 4 players there. And the reason is this. In the build-up, like, no one knows what the meta is. There's no regular the field. You don't, like, get to adapt because of single elimination, blah, blah, blah. The thing that people really didn't realize about Red Bull LoL El Venado for the Age of Empires 4 community is that, yes, it was a 3-0 for Marine Lord. But it 100% could have easily been a 3-0 for Puppy. Because the thing is, when you go blind into those type of situations, you're theory crafting your idea of what the meta is. You don't know that you're right for sure. You believe you are. In fact, I still remember having Wham on the microphone, and you can kind of hear it if you go back and watch the finals, where I don't know if I'd say it was doubt in his voice, but you could tell that, like, what he's watching right now is what he believed the meta to be wrong because Puppy 4 is losing, right? It really shows in those type of positions. All right, so we're going to speed up a little bit. It looks like we're hunkering down. Demu has done the Euroshiro drop in the TC, won the Relic game, and is even now looking to secure the Forgotten Runes on top of that. Nice. Yeah, it's often forgotten about, but remember, Altai has 7 relics on it. And no, this game is not for the Midweek Muster. We're actually waiting for players to post their go live times on series so that we'd have something to cast from our tournament. Now Samurai still playing the flanks. Just difficult once these walls go up. I mean, this is what just devalues you. It does make you wonder if Demu would have been better off with Samurai. Probably not, because it still encourages crossbowmen. Onuba Geisha is difficult. You can't really Onuba Geisha into this much arrow fire. You die quite quickly. So yeah, it takes this requirement of bulking instead. I do love the trebuchet timing though. What is up, Red Darksider? Smart cookie right there. Appreciate the sub, mate. Welcome back. Gotta remember to use those primes, guys. They don't auto-renew. And I need money. Do you know how expensive Battlefield 6 was? Whew. Yeah, so like I didn't look too much into this game. I always try and avoid spoilers for myself. It's just someone pinged me and said, you might want to watch this. And if that person has sent me torture, I will block them forever. I was hesitant when I saw English on Altai. I'll say that much of it. You always should be. Whenever there's English on Altai, there should be immediate doubt in your mind. Like, I don't know if I want to be where this goes. Wing guard up. Stone being gathered, so Wham is going to be the footman composition. Nemu's more on a kill course though, right? Like, he's not trying to play the long game. I have mixed feelings about English, by the way. It's kind of cool to see them back in the meta, but can we also just accept that every game being targeted at 2 TC into eventual Imperial is... I want English to be meta, but for the right reasons. And they've been looking really good with these 2 TC builds again. It concerns me. I do not want to go back to that meta. For all the hate we give Pro Scouts, I don't think the previous meta before that was any better. And to the comment about like King of the Rockies and Steel Series for great lands, yes and no. So like, yes, they're all about your game, but there's like an ego-driven naivety there. The whole point in big events like Red Bull LoL, it can be a coming together for communities, really. And also, it's a way of exposing outside communities to the game because they have more reach. You're smoking the purest form of high if you think that Steel Series or King of the Rockies can get anywhere near Red Bull's reach. Reach is important. How do you get more people to see your game? Technology. Like, honestly, it's why there should be more events which are combination meals, a bit like Red Bull World. But step further, right? This is why I've been begging for DreamHack to do this type of thing, where have Age of Empires 4 there, and then have like StarCraft there, and then have Zero Space, have Tempest Rising, and have some non-RTS games there. How do you get into a new genre? How do you reveal yourself to enjoy that type of thing? You have to experience it sometimes. Moving on. I don't think this is the type of experience you want. English. God damn. Auras! AM's Red Bull final was great. Well, the reason why Age of Mythology's grand final was great is because Recon and Mister were scrimming with each other non-stop. Like, they annihilated the competition. So, like, they always knew it was going to be a little bit back and forth because they had familiarity, right? It's like Vortex and Luciferon, but different in that, like, Recon Mister's not going to tap out as quickly, whereas, Luciferon and Vortex like, okay, this game's over, move on. So that's something to keep in mind there. Whereas, like, Marine Lord and Puppy Paw and Wham were in different bubbles. So they were iterating in different directions, as we saw when they played. And it's a shame because I think Age of Mythology actually got a little bit more life out of their launch because of that grand finals. Whereas unfortunately, Age of Empires 4 is in a great place, but I think if you want to target the right concern there, when you look at the AV4 finals, it wasn't a good example of how far Age of Empires 4 came. It was a bad example because you had these two incredible players that are very kind of hesitant or reluctant to actually commit the way they would nowadays because they don't know what the other's been doing. And Mister is playing again, but not at the moment. He's got an Age of Mythology tournament to focus on, but he should be back. He was even playing in the Midweek Muster the other week. Actually, did he? Yeah, I think he played 1 week. And then also he played in the qualifiers of the EGC tournament. 0-3, you kind of just sound like a bit of a hater, though. Red Bull Warlord viewers already know about AE4. I disagree. There are so many people that only come back to these type of tournaments when that tournament happens. You want proof of this? Go have a look at Dota. There are so many people that clock out the esports scene and then look back in for TI. There are so many people beyond that Dota 2 community that look at the game for TI. It can bring positive elements. And also, here's the other thing. I think the atmosphere around AO2 versus AV4 has chilled. Because originally, the AO2 community had elements that saw it as a threat. And what's starting to become apparent is it's kind of like, it reminds me of League of Legends and Dota 2 with this. Both can exist. They don't kill each other, right? They can be friends. They actually need to. Yeah, Castle of the Crow is pretty cool here, by the way, from Demu. We'll focus on a little bit on the game. He doesn't have Shogunate yet, so he's not even in final form. Yeah, his food income is pretty weak right now, which is a bit unfortunate. But we're starting to reach the point where the 2TC element doesn't matter as much, you know? Like, we're starting at the point where it's like, okay, Numadan can now catch up on economy. And when he does, he's still going to be overwhelmingly ahead on relics. It's a 5-relic game. He could make it a 6, but I think he forgot about this. Remember, you need to garrison a villager inside to dig up a relic. Yeah, the only map where you can legitimately, in a 1v1, get 7 relics. And agreed. This is the thing, like my mate just said. I said this about Red Bull Warlord as well. It's like, you have the vocal minority. It's not everyone. I met plenty of people who are pretty polite and nice about the state of AV2. Like, you know what this is? This is like the equivalent of when people let Reddit speak for a scene. It's like the most naive take you can have. Reddit is a minority of a minority, and within that minority, quite often, like, these type of communities, there are a lot of silent participators, if that makes sense. It's like I always talk about how people are much quicker to flag something they hate than something they love. And you know what? You can tell that just by looking at, like, reviews. Right, how often do people bother to like post a review? Really enjoyed this. Instead, it's always like, oh, I hate this. This was terrible. Use the return to work and never get the relic. Ah, dude, yeah, I wonder if that well, he wasn't being raided, right? So that's not what happened for Demu. I think he just flat out forgot. It's sometimes annoying because the Forgotten Ruins are all the way in the corner. So, like, subtly they're there. And, by the way, to reiterate, I'm not disagreeing that there should have been more players there for Age of Empires 4. I literally said as much to the Red Bull. Like, it would have changed the entire perspective. There's just 2 more players. But my point around that is, like, quite often, instead of people being rational and reasonable about how they express their feelings, it just turns into, without flagging which creator it was, I think there was a creator like, screw these guys, we don't need them. It's like, that's not... That's the opposite. Man, that's exactly what you shouldn't be doing. That kills participation. Like, I have a roster of creators, right? And we think about where we want to target our time, what kind of creators we want to get and where we want to get them. And there are certain industries that, like, we could probably make more raw revenue from being involved in. Genres. But part of it for us is an appreciation of some of the industries we work with, some of the genres we work with. Those guys love us and appreciate us for what we do so much more than the big FPS creator number 2 would, or whatever, right? Because for them, it's like it's a harder, more scarce thing. And that makes our life easier and makes our job feel more rewarding. That is a positive element to highlight here. Is like, for a company as big as Red Bull, they need to enjoy running the events. And I'll talk after this raid about like how crazy that gets. We've got a dive coming in from Wham. I don't know, this has been kind of a podcast about the rumors of Red Bull. I don't know if like this is a good upload so far. We've highlighted parts of it, but it's been a pretty chill game. I'm starting to think I got baited on watching this. Dive to the backside from Wham. Like, what was he looking for? You'll find some of the woodworkers, but not really that much damage being done here. I'm surprised we don't have more of these footmen. I think it would have been nice for Wham to have just not sent the footmen, but only the men-at-arms. Unless he just doesn't think he wants them. And in fairness, the footmen, they have, what, extra ranged armor, less melee armor? He's probably more worried about the foot samurai. Flash coming in from the samurai, up against this. She's about to push it away. This game is going to be long. I can feel it. All right. Predictions on how long this game is going to be. Freaking hell. Why I'm sticking the crossbows? Is there something better? Like, could he just go hand cannon in? Is what I'm wondering. Has he already tapped his big gold? He has. How has he gone through that much gold? What? What was he doing with the gold? Using it to brush his teeth? Don't get why you wouldn't ranges. Ranges can sometimes feel flimsy just because it's like an archer unit in Mass Samurai. But on linear maps like Altai, it's not the worst idea for keeping like distance. I think the problem is like a lot of English players just like to go for the full melee mosh pit. So if you're hyper fixated on just lobbing a lot of units to just melee into your opponent, that can leave the bows like feeling a little bit underwhelming because you will probably have to have less economy as you scale that up. And that means you won't have as much meat to keep on pushing. Other thing to keep in mind is obviously gold. Like, Wingard ranges are quite pricey on gold and wood. And those are the 2 things that will run out. Whereas, like, food gold is forever. Right? That's You hear food gold. There's a reason why most English players in the late game just spam the everlasting crap out of men at arms. And T9 had to intervene in his channel, but like I think that's a good thing though. Is like the spokespeople for Age of Empires 2. So like the thing is, we live in an influencer economy, right? So what matters there is like if the influencers feel that it's going too far, then and they start to step up and speak about it. Like that's how you bring bring the water to count or whatever it is. That's very important. That's why when I saw that there was some AoE4 people that were just starting to get involved in the toxicity back, I said, don't do it. Right? It reminded me of like the being a parent thing. Is like when you're a parent, you don't argue with the child, you just tell the child how it is. Because if you argue with the child, you're now the child yourself. Right? That type of thing. Wow, robbing a lot of horsemen. Longbow switch is coming though, interesting. Or for the Onimusha, I guess. Alright, let's speed this up a bit more. This should be a grind down, but not a kill. Because the crossbows will just retreat into the choke point. And oh, freebie! Horseman jumped the backside. Network of Citadels as well. So this is going to be a faster race. Onimusha actually just wasting their time on this, trying to trade out. Not good. I think Demu, these type of pushes are always obnoxious. You need to have bombards here to deal with the outposts, and you need to find all of them. I think that's his bigger problem, is the tree lines hiding them is going to make it very difficult to remove that aura at any given time. I don't know how you're meant to win these fights if you're fighting into the aura. Like, it's been a while, but this is just a stark reminder of why, like, English remains a very toxic civ in the game. No trade post. Oh, wait, I didn't notice that. I just didn't even think about it because English, lol. You're right. They actually don't have a trade post. Wait. Nah, it's fine. He's got farms. He's got farms which generate gold. Like, he's not going to run out. But thank God it's, like, not Japan without the trade option. Because they're a civ that every once in a while will trade. Like, it's not a frequent occurrence, but I have seen it in the past. And it looks semi-decent when it comes out. So, second TC now is a bit surprising from Demu, no? Like, this late in? He's at 100 eco already. Is he worried about losing more, or is there something I'm missing here? All right, farm check, guys. How many farms do you think Wham's got? How many baby orphans can he feed? He's got 4.1k food. This freaking... We talk about Landcross as the demon civ, but this was the OG one. 76 farms. 76. Good lord. I'm gonna like use some AX speed here while stuff is not happening. So Wincon, could you go for Sacred Sites? You need to anchor the center to do it. But like, what's Wham waiting for? I thought he was just waiting back to like spam up quality, but he's actually not. He's not building high quality units here, right? Like, it's not like he's prepping Wingard. He's just blobbing. Stare down is real, man. I sometimes kind of wish there was like a taxation in the late game. When you don't fight, you have to pay something. You know, like kind of like a vampiric sword. If you don't use it, it starts taking your blood. Because this is the type of moment where you just sit here and go, do something. Like, both of you are just building up reserves. What's the difference maker here if you just both are doing this? He's being smart about this. If he dives in, he just dies. He has to slow roll this to take out all of the outposts. Come on. Oh, no. Dude, Wham! It just got freebie. Double kill on the Bombard is huge there. Gets back into the hidey point. I mean, you know there's something wrong when range mass is just standing its ground like this. Guys, these are all range units. Longbows, crossbows, and there's like occasionally a men-at-arms in there. Like if I select the screen right now, there's one men-at-arms. Seriously? And they just win because Gatling gun. Oh my god, volley plus the attack speed increase with crossbows. Demu steps up again. He has switched into hand cannoneer, so he's maxing out the damage as best he can. How's the volume, by the way? It's not too high, is it? There's nothing to expose on the flanks either because of the stone walls. Volumes could turn it up. Dude, like we're... Please, sir, we are a commentary channel, not a D&B channel. Alright. You want to say he's going to break through, but then you realize he's ran on front line. Oh! Sorry, I had to just get that out of my system. I think that person who recommended this game is going on my block list. They're never coming off. I'm getting flashbacks to that. Was it French-Chinese game? Do you all remember the French-Chinese game from KPMM? The one that, like, broke me because I was feeling pretty ill? Was it hour 10 or is that your prediction here? Like, I think the game I'm referencing, it went over about an hour long. It was Dry Arabia. It was China versus French. It was these two players and it was ridiculous. All right, we've slowed down again. Are we kidding? God, has he been scrimming with Louis? No. Can we see if Demu has the Yorishiro count? Let me double check. The text over here, right? He does have it, right? So he's got blacksmith, TC, stables. More blacksmiths, maybe? Oh, wait, did he not get it? Did I imagine that? I thought he got it. He did get it, right? Like the one we're talking about is the Shinto Shrine deck. So where's he put the other one? The other Yorishiras? I'm going like old lady counting coins from her purse mode here. We've got two forges. We've got TC. Is he just standing somewhere with Shintos? Maybe? Got one Shinto somewhere. This is the mode that I'm in. Seek it. Oh, there we go. Yeah, at the back. Oh, yeah, you're right. He's holding it. Wait, no, he's not holding it. Okay, yeah. So he's getting them across the forges. He still has a stable active. And look at that, guys. It's Altai. So that entire time we spent looking for it, and nothing important happened. If one of the new DLC civs is going to be overpowered, which one do you predict it will be? Why not just go Samurai again? Sengoku? I think most people are like going to go Elephant, but I have a feeling that... I don't know if they're going to like downplay the Elephants to be safe. Those would be my two predictions. Maybe there's like some cheesy strategy you can do with the Golden Horde. I think they said that you're going to have that thing where your Khan's damage can get redirected onto his allies. So So maybe there's like a chain heal strat by dispersing damage or something. Seriously though, this is ridiculous. No, oh, they're back. They're so back and I hate it. Can we just not? We don't need English. I say this as an Englishman. We contribute nothing. Just get rid of us. Oh, and you're right. Yeah, there's Yoshiro in the lumber camp. Good eyes. I just didn't even think to check that. So there you go. He went lumber. He might have just forgotten about that at this stage. It's not actually bad to have some lumber camp Yoroshiros as the game goes later anyway. Like, wood will eventually run out entirely. Can we just talk about the fact that we have double shogunate? Just like that. Standard, really. The Frenchmen, you've been seeing this since the dawn of humanity. That's true, but you're also French, which means no one takes you seriously. So, double HP. Combos? I don't think they activate volley? No volley activation. He's also overkilling the hand cannoneers. But he's just casually running them down one by one. Okay. Numu. I'm starting to believe. I don't know if I should be believing yet, because it's still English defending. And the Trebs, wait, does he have shattering projectiles? He does. It's actually kind of working. Look at the bombards. Backed away. We're up to 8 Trebs. No, dude, do not bring this meta back. Of all the English metas, I think like even just the 2TC one was better than this. Does anyone remember the old school Wingard strat? You'd mass trebuchets with shattering projectiles, and they were just mini mangonels. And they had to nerf it, because it was just ridiculous. Oh my god. Oh, we are so back. And I hate that. They are actually getting kills here. Usually Trebs are terrible potato aimers, but the attack speed plus the shattering projectiles gives some consistency to it. Even the workers just actually sniped. Wait, was that free? Yeah, 3 workers go down to that volley. And Numadan, oh my god, his economy's gone all the way down. He's down to 69 workers. Nice for memes, terrible for income. Meanwhile, Wham. Feed the world. Anyone? 13,000 food. I mean, I feel bad for Demu because, like, the idea is kind of cool, but now you just don't have the income to push through with it. If he had Wham's economy, he could end this game, right? Like, if Wham was in the position where he was deleting down to 70, yeah, you're fine, you push. Now, we're here riders, horsemen wrap around the back through Takeshi's castle maze, like... Why have we even built a gate? That's not even a wall! Oh my god, this is just pure clownery. And then I'll run through the east gate and then the west gate, up to the north gate and then the south gate, and back through the south gate again and up to the north, and he'll be confused. Yeah, I love the response. No! No! Numadan just deletes all of them with the bombards, and I don't blame him. That looked tilting. There's still plenty of food. Okay, a few horsemen slipping through. Numadan's going to be thankful he does have those 2 TCs now to just re-bulk a little bit on the economy. I sense this game is not going to end, which is why I'm going to take this moment to make myself an energy drink. God knows I'm going to need it. Got a long day, baby. Games like this, Battlefield 6, which, by the way, I'm going to be #1 in lobbies on. Whoop, whoop, calling it. Full sweat lord income. You guys know there's like, I think they're doing some sort of Nations Cup event. And clearly Britain missed out not signing me. This is where you just need to be part of like a weird small nation obscure in the middle of nowhere, so you just automatically get the team. Alright, We got a drink. Thank God. Can I check prices on selling food? It's not worth the carpal tunnel. Marketplace. Let's have a look. 20 gold. Oh, no. If Wham could just start buying stone, that would be great. Like, you know, Sacred Site victory not really attainable, but a wonder maybe. I'm pretty sure this map is why wonders were designed. You know what's interesting is actually Wham made a mistake digging up the relic. He could have gradually got what he needed for a wonder if he had just garrisoned and ungarrisoned. Will this matchup super favor for Japan in late game? Is it? Based on what? I mean, if you can get the economy, sure, but you're going to run out of gold all the time as Japan. So you can't build quality units, whereas the English just need farms, and then the farms give them gold and gives them options. And then with Wingard, is there a Pigeons Altai? Nah, there's like EGC Altai. They stole my idea. Although, like, I still think that I say they stole my idea. Like, they didn't go far enough. We had some things in mind that would have made Altai definitely better. Chill. It's only 9 trebuchets, guys. So it's only 9 really annoying mini mangonels with double the range of a mangonel. Like, it's absolutely fine. Wouldn't it be nice to have geometry right now? Did he forget about geometry? Everyone forgets about geometry. Guys, geometry is actually really good now because it increases your bonus damage. But for shattering projectiles, it's also really nice because it's an extra 8 damage anyway. So here's the thing. If someone's watching this on YouTube and they're getting this deep and they're like, why has this been uploaded? The good news is, you know, if this has been uploaded, there's a very good reason coming. So I'm still holding out hopes that I wasn't lied to about this game being epic. And that there's something ridiculous coming. And, okay, I've got a little smile on my face right now. Because when I say that, and I look at it, and I'm like, I don't know what's coming. That makes it intriguing. So we have got Wingard Rangers now. He's just going to mass Rangers again. I do like Rangers here, though. Rangers are authenticated by the fact that your opponent went hand cannoneers. Lombo's Rangers are really good at taking out hand cannoneers. The idea is, like, sure, they'll lose in a direct fight, but it's never a direct fight. And hello. Welcome to our 54-minute long game of Altai. This is still not being the average. Okay, in fairness, the average is probably lower because of, like, cheesy strats, but in our mind of the games we remember of Altai, the average is much higher than this. Oh, you know what I'm thinking now with the Rebel Willow, actually? Like, this is very early for there to be, like, a teaser with the icon. Could it be that, like, it's not going to be an October tournament next year? Maybe like May, June. So like in the middle of summer. Especially if they want to go back somewhere like Spain again. Or maybe they're going to go South America? Because, you know, where the winner's at. All right, things have calmed down a little bit. We're going to use some more speed. More speed! Look at the AX speed here. Trebuchets have just been standing obnoxiously. He's starting to deal with the infrastructure. Numadan, wood is getting a little bit more limited, but he's still got some runway. On top of that, he is going into the traders now. Yeah, he only just started. Infant stage of it. But this is going to set him up for the late game. Now, if he can get his gold sword, then sure, we can talk about Japan in the late game. That's what's going to be required. Yeah, I don't know. There are some people who definitely enjoy like the back and forth meat grinders. I don't know. I think I can understand how you can get trapped in that. I think where it really sank in for me is I remember I was casting one time with Nilly, and it was, I think it was Marine Lord versus B on Mongolian Heights. And we hyped up this army wipe. And then like 10 seconds later, he had a whole army. And we sat there and we were like, that wasn't right on the hype level. Like in our mind, that wipe mattered. But then it didn't. Now, in hindsight, looking back at it, I think the play there still is it's a hype wipe. But the fact that then it's a rematch then kind of sets the, that's ridiculous. I think Wham is really winning this game because of Shattering Projectiles. I mean, that plus the English attack speed aura generically, but the Shattering Projectiles has just helped a lot on slowly whittling away at the enemy forces. With the walls, like this... Is this game going to be won by walls and Shattering Projectiles? It feels like it, and I feel dirty saying that out loud. Like, that is not okay. Needs to be like a slap on the nose moment, like, no. Which is coming in. Is Mass Mangoes now with adjustable crossbars? Yes. Okay, so Wham needs a different answer then. Or wait, could he just win with Shattering Projectiles still? Because Trebs can kill Mangoes. Even with the siege works. It's time to wheel those Trebs back. Bombards do snipe out one of them, but the rest have retreated quite nicely. Parfing's definitely griefing him a little bit. He's going to turn around some shots now. Numadan has pulled a repair crew though. A bunch of workers coming through. A few horsemen do leak around the back, but good pull of a handful of samurai to stop any serious damage being done. But it is a forced retreat. Honestly, I feel like Numadan needs walls as well, but the tricky part is it's a lot easier for Wham to delete those walls than for Demu to. Because the Trebs just have an extra 6 tower range over these bombards. And no, Wham does not have a trade option. But at least the civ he's got, that's fine for. In fact, one sec, I need to paste this for the devs. Altai without a trade post for Yo, is that my boy Admir? What is up, Lizard? Lizard Dota coming through with the 10 gifted subs. Sorry, Dota 2 to be specific. Miss you, brother. Hope you're having a good day. Appreciate the subs, mate. I have taken all of your Bosnian money as mine now. What money do Bosnians use? I have taken all your marca. It is mine now. Shekels? Yeah, basically shekels. Actually, in fairness to Bosnia, that's kind of like, that's better ratio of pound to Bosnian currency than I was expecting. Like, you get... Wait, is your money worth more than mine? No, okay, it's not, no. So, one pound will get you 2.2 Bosnian shekels. That's not bad. I'm kind of impressed. Like, as soon as you started, I was like, wait, I've never actually looked up what Bosnians are worth. And of course, Lizard is, he lives in a mansion. He's like the Jeff Bezos of Bosnia. #1 analyst in Dota 2. Former pro player, top ranking Warcraft player. Biggest grubby fanboy you'll meet. Actually, nah, I don't know. I feel like you're a bigger Aoi fanboy than a grubby one. Moon fan? Would you say? Oh yeah, actually, yes, fair. Yeah, you are right. Yeah, that makes sense. I forgot which faction you played for a moment there. Well, you played multiple factions, right? But yeah, I guess Moon's your main resonance. But like, are you a bigger Aoi fan or a bigger Moon fan? That's the real question. All of our Age of Empires people right now, like, huh? What is this? Moon. Yeah. It's always the early ones, the first ones that get you, know? Alright, push coming in. Hey Liz, you should download the game. Check it out. You could be in an hour-long game like this. In fairness, actually, I do recommend a lot of people to give AoE4 a spin now if they haven't in a long time. It's in a great place. Most handsome Dota 2 analyst. It's true. Like, when me and Liz used to cast together and we'd be standing next to each other on camera and I was even more chubby, I'd be like, dude, this is like one of those before and after type pieces, you know? Wow, you can see that Jonathan here was an ugly duck. Then we ran him through our regime. I'm curious what's a long time for a Dota 2 game. So the record in competitive, once upon a time, I think the Owen game was 3.5 hours, right, Liz? But I think that got broken. Isn't it 4 hours and 20 minutes now? I think 4 hours and 20 minutes for pro play is the longest game. Last TI average is 45. Yeah. I feel like most metas for Dota 2 is between 35 and 45. Alright, trebuchets, dude. Like, this game might be 4 hours and 20 minutes. Oh, God. I mean, Numadan is actually making pretty good progress. What is the win condition here? Old age. Yeah, aging is the way you win. You're just waiting for your opponent to, like, die. What you're hoping for? Actually, like, it's even easier than that. So what you're doing here is it's first. So the first drives you to pick up one of the chalices from the Indiana Jones movie. And then that, like, immediately ages you into a skeleton. That's how you win this game. Welcome to Altai. If I didn't have the gun noises so loud, we could probably just turn this into like an ASMR sleep stream watching this. Well, that, and if I didn't have this goofy laugh that comes out every minute. I know, I'm sorry, guys. I'm ruining your sleep time. Shame on me. Okay, so Wham, big blob coming. It's like the ring isn't even on the wall, though. Normally, when someone has this many units queued in reserve, you're like, oh, yeah, they've won. But here's the thing. Numadan could queue up just as many. He just hasn't bothered. He's sitting on 10,000, 11,000 food reserve. So this is, I don't know, man. I don't think we had to talk about this in a long time because this rarely happens anymore. But these type of games are a pristine example where we have to talk about infinite resource gen. And I think another one that I've been very big on in the past is the fact that I think there should be less wood. I would love to see different wood types where you can have 150 and 100 wood type. So that we can have maps like Prairie that have little wood entities have the bigger wood amount. And then maps like this or Highview, even Dry Arabia, where they could have 100. And something like, no, I hate that. But like, let's be totally real here. Like, what is it changing? A late game, like, think about it this way. Right now, we talk about late game is like hour plus. That's because we manufactured this realm of existence where that is the number required. But if you compare it to, like, here's an example, Apex Legends, right? The longest time possible is about 22, 23 minutes. So late game is 20 minutes. Doesn't sound as flashy, but actually, if you look at Apex Legends, like an esports champs world finals, it is flashy. The point I'm getting at is you can define late game not by a trivial number you set across the board. Late game is defined by the meta. You know, we just highlighted that, like, once upon a time, there's like a 4 hour plus pro Dota 2 game. But you still wouldn't call, like, that the late game. You call that the ultra late game. The average late game would be, you know, 40, 45 minutes. Need to rebalance infinite wood resource like mana. I'm fine with that. I think infinite resources across the board is too high. I don't feel like I've really seen anyone argue against that statement. Definitely not in the pro scene. Flash coming in. More walls. I love the moment that Wham would try to add in a bunch of gates. He's like, nah, no, we're not doing this again. Say no more micro. At this point, it's hard to really micro, truly, isn't it? That's the thing. Like, you get to the late game like this, it almost becomes more of a test of your economical and production management than your outright lane. Because it's very difficult to micro around with blobs at this point. Also, map layout? Oh, for sure. Like, Altai has like always been simple for this. But I think, you know, you can talk about... So here's the thing. We could say, oh, it's the map layout. Granted. Yep, fair point. But at the same time, if your excuse is always it's the map layout, so we can't make maps with cliffs or whatever, that then devalues the amount of different styles of maps you make, doesn't it? So surely a better angle to take is, okay, what generic thing across the board could we start to look at so that we could still see cliffs like this and say, this is a good design, we can do this, without getting this bad design late game. Like, one thing I actually said I'd love to see is I think cliffs should be destroyable. They should be very hard to destroy, but, you know, you should be able to chisel away at them. Like, say these things had, I don't know, 10,000 health or something. So you can just start mashing your way through the mountains. That would be really cool to see. You know, it's like a game like Battlefield can't let you destroy the entire battlefield. Because otherwise, like, an FPS is not very fun to play without cover. But an RTS, yeah, that's actually more pliable. These raids are useless, you're losing money? Yeah, but like, you've got so much money, you might as well just punt at it. Alright, trap count down to 7. In fairness, 9 was maybe a little bit overkill. Maybe sacred sites in this? It is. Like, you probably, what they need is 2 sacred sites, 1 here and then like 1 here would work. If you really want to take another way, and I know we like, I don't like, because of Relic's involvement in the past in Age of Empires 4, people like to hate on it. But one thing Company Heroes had right was the victory point. So for those that haven't played it, the way victory points work in that game is like right here, Numadan has 2, Wham has 1. That means that Numadan would slowly be winning. Because in that game, you have a victory point system where you start with, I think it's 500. And based on the amount of victory points your opponent has, your victory points decrease at a certain rate. So that could be like I don't think I've seen anyone create a mod to try that, actually. I would be intrigued to try that with a tournament where you have a victory point system to see if it is actually better. Victory points kicking after 30 minutes? Yeah, exactly. I think we talked about this the other day where I think I used the resumable sacred site time thing we've done before, and I said after 30 minutes it should just be resumable. Like something like that to expedite the late game. And some people are like, oh, that's lame. No, it's not, because it doesn't make anything less meaningful. If anything, it makes it more meaningful. Because like right now what we have is 2 players who have way too much food income, building bigger and bigger reserves. And instead of becoming a game of like outmaneuvering on the map and strategical choices, it just becomes a macro game of who has the bigger bank account. And we already, as an average citizen earning only X amount per year, experience that BS enough when we see how we live and how Elon lives, you know? We don't need more of that crap. We don't need a reminder that, like, watching this, I don't need a reminder that if I play Japan, I'm poor compared to English. I mean, in fairness, Wham has just benefited also from the way this is traded. Defender's Advantage has just been a huge game changer here. Wonders require 20k resources, but you're free to deposit any kind. That's kind of interesting. I think I talked before about the idea that like Wonders should actually have an ability. Age of Mythology, one thing we should learn from Myth that they done well was if you built the Wonder, the very expensive Wonder, it's like you activated a next age. It gave you a bunch of buffs, like it increased your faith production rate, or generation rather. It increased, I think decreased the cost of Myth units, things like that. And you know, it sounds really broken, but like if you're spending 20,000 resources on it, it probably should be a bit broken. You know, me and Beastie might not agree on everything, but I think you had it very well in like the siege meta when people get 60 siege, and people complain like, you know, 20 mangonels is OP, and he went, the problem is you let the person get 20 mangonels. Why would you let them do that? It's kind of similar where if you give the Wonder powers and someone gets to it, Why did you let them get to it? Should have been doing something about it. God. The moment Wham steps up, Demu pushes him back in, but now we're just back at wall time. We're getting more wall than wall's ice cream at this point. That gap is still there after all this, by the way. Horseman trying to break in, but it's just... Oh no! Runs for another gate. Right now, we're experiencing the Mario Princesses in the Other Castle meme, aren't we? Sorry, Mario. Wait, why am I... Princesses in Another Castle. That was more like Pinocchio. I don't know where my voice is going today. My throat's still not there. I feel like I could just go. So, you know, like, you get older, you get more blunt about it. And also, as you get older, like, you know, your digestive system just needs more time. I feel like I could actually go right now and drop a big number 2. And I could, you know what I could do? I could open up some of my mobile games and do all my gacha challenges. I could finish them all. I could come back. I could have not moved the camera, and you still would have seen everything you needed to in this game. And the game would still be going. Why don't we watch some paint drying? I like the way you think. Oh yeah, that's good. This might get me DMC. Wow. Oh, do you guys see that little piece on the left? I mean, that little piece on the top left is going to, like, drop down in a moment. Oh, wait. I got baited. He hadn't even put it on yet. Oh, that's a scam. Oh, there we go. Oh, yeah. Oh, look at... You guys see it slipping? Oh, that's the good stuff. Oh, look. The paint dried quicker than this game finished. Trebs have moved a bit deeper now. Okay, so Horseman gonna try to poke right at the back, but like it would stop gold. It just does not have the food. The problem is wood though. We did cooler. They'd run out of wood eventually. There is some over here that... I don't know why Wham hasn't played for it, actually. He's still gathering a bit in the center, so it's not end of the world. This shows why range in big masses wins against melee. Yes and no. Like, the problem is you're talking about an extreme example, which is English attack speed. English attack speed definitely amplifies that to the point that it's a really big problem. How many units do you think each player has lost? I don't even want to. Just go with the generic a lot. We've been here a while. Span army quality too good at Rex? Huh? I mean, it's contesting, but it's not like it's wrecking. Remember, Demu does have all the gold necessary to keep doing what he's doing now, though. He's got 14 traders, plus the Yoroshiros, and 6 relics. He did dig it up in the end. This man's a hacker. He's got 6 relics. Owner Geisha is the key. Adribird, if, like... I want you to think about why you should never build Geisha in this situation. Just take a moment. Let it sink in. Oh, yeah. Like, I am a lover of Geisha, but in this type of game, unless you're talking raids with Stonewall's gone, the problem with going Geisha is 10 melee armor Like, bro. You know what that be? You know what they would look like? You know the meme of like the person slapping like this? Like, it would be that. It would look like that. You know, once upon a time, I thought this game was going to be won by traction trebuchets. Now I'm convinced it's going to be won by a tree. Either in-game or real life one falling on Wham's power line. No, left side's not properly walled, but neither player's thinking about that. Actually, let's say that. Wham! Hold on, he just rammed through. He could add in a few stables units to deal with the trade. Wait. I'm watching the paint off screen. It's moved again. Oh, wow. Oh, man. It's progressing so well. No, you guys... Oh, sorry. I see the mistake. You guys thought I was going to say something had changed in this game. Expo suck late imp. Sure, and like he doesn't have the gold to necessarily hand cannoneer, but I think you don't crossbows, you just add in some wingguard ranges over time like he is now. Wingguard ranges are pretty impressive. It's gonna be a long day. I just realized I might be late to the Battlefield launch at this rate. Why are we still here? I don't know. Why are you still here? 200 of you on Twitch, 140 on YouTube. Don't judge me. You wanted this. It's sunken cost fallacy. Like, it has to be worth it. We've been here for an hour and 18 minutes. It's gotta be worth it. I do wonder if I was to just create a channel that was literally just automated observing and late games like this intentionally found, like how many people would just watch that? I could save my throat. Horseman wrap around the back though. Oh, that was sick! Wham! He wipes out most of the siege. Hand cannoneer line is down to 15. Is this it? Is this the taste of victory he's been looking for? Numadan, he doesn't have the resources to immediately remass here. Wham! I think he's done it. Dude, I am just flabbergasted by how often Wham, on a map like Altai, has been able to achieve these horseman rotations every single time. It happened over here earlier. Just getting around the back with a handful and smashing out the threat. Now the fort wall. Wham looks to claim more territory. There's not much in the way of trees here, but he's bordering, edging on reaching that trade. Castle of the Crow is going to make Wham think twice. He will have to step back here. He maintains the military lead for now, and trebuchets are now moving in range of the infrastructure, as well as the Castle of the Crow. I like that he goes for infrastructure, though. At this point in the game, would you be running out? Should. I know it isn't, but neither player is really playing here. Okay, yeah, Wham's moved over now. 15 over here explains why he's got 1,000 wood income again. Awesome. Just diving the Shogunate is a bit bold. It doesn't really do anything to me. Good background noises, 2-hour AoE4 games. Yo, do I need to do one of those 24-hour channels where it's just my castle all the time? I don't know. I know if... Nah. We're nowhere near big enough. Traders are getting... Wait a second. Them going down, Demu can't really afford to remass siege. What was that about crossbows suck in the late game? It's okay, just give them attack speed. Like, there's 2 exceptions to the suck... Actually, 3 exceptions to the crossbows suck in the late game. Gilded crossbowmen, arbitrier, and English crossbowmen. Because English crossbowmen basically become arbitrier. Not the ranged armor, but the attack speed. Ow. Alright, Numadan does remax, but he's at threat point now, right? The landmarks are starting to fall. Wall upon walls coming in. Dude, just bring a treb round here and begin the siege. He couldn't do anything. This is what I do like about classic Altai, is that when you get these type of roads, these engravings in the mountains, you can do cool things with them. I still remember we had a game, a competitive game, where a guy, he had a top like this, and he just walked a scout up here and sat here scouting out everything his opponent was doing the entire game. And his opponent didn't realize. Castle the Crow? No, we already have enough cock in Age of Empires 4. It would be cock. Kotk. Okay, don't get it mixed up. Kotk. How does Numu win this? Is what I'm trying to figure out. The schedule's almost 24 hour 20s already. Well, it looks like it got even more. Truest form, baby. Okay, Numu needs to be careful of that formation shuffling because he's clustering up more, which is giving the shattering projectiles even more hits. Come on, guys. I don't want to be late. I've got a date with Voldemar and Warman. We're going to play Battlefield. We're setting up an Age of Empires squad. Could Numu do this? Against all the odds. Could my ears not bleed out before it's done? Or the bombard's gonna send me packing. Like they're sending Wham right now. Does feel like a bait. You know, back up like this, let Numadan step up and repeat history for the 3rd, 4th, 5th. How many God knows times has been of those backstab awesome raids. How many community games we could have done? True. We could have done one. Am I going to call the tanks mangoes? No, dude. The tanks are just giant handgunners. And you're flying around a little helicopter and then someone just snipes you with one. Dude, it's hilarious that I pinged out my talent about Battlefield keys several days ago, and I've got one task in there. Like, dude, you want a giant publisher worth 55 billion to respond in less than 24 hours about keys on the day that they're launching? Sure, why not? I am actually kind of impressed by Demu. Isn't Mira's Wham's income at a disadvantage now? Like, his numbers are going down. Duh. Hold on. Numu. There's a lot of samurai. Hankan needs to try and clear their way through the crossbows. Not a bad idea. But Wham back up to 50 horsemen again. I mean, he just needs to get them all over here. Some of them are just parked on the stone walls. And... No! Come on! How did he get that many in there? Oh my god. No. He trapped 8 of them between these walls? Wham's freaking walls. Are you kidding me? For a moment there, I had hopes for Numadan, but now he has to deal with this. Must be losing viewers casting this. I don't know about that. Some people are sickos. They'll always take these type of games. I'm telling you, like, it's a build-up. You know, you get to that point where you're like, oh, yeah, it's got to be worth it. It's got to happen. Can you imagine if I just upload this on YouTube and I keep saying that and that's what keeps people watching? And then it's like, oh, nothing happened. Nah, no, we'd never do that. We'd never do that to you humans. All right, Gatling gun mode activate for crossbows. They step up. Samurai. A lot of them going down here. Not really a sustained push against this many crossbowmen. Horsemen, they are going to re-establish the trade. No, wait, what? Oh my god, he doesn't even know. This is cursed. This is so cursed. Horseman just jump in. No trade again. Horseman going to jump in north as well. And at this point, the horseman raids matter. Earlier on, it was redundant. There was too much food income, too much gold income. Now, these are problems that Numadan will struggle to resolve. The walls go up. It's passive gold and nothing else. And the siege workshop's also being prepped to delete through the walls. Men-at-arms, horsemen are going to ride to the north side. But the stone walls are still up here. I believe Wham does have siege engineering, so you could build a single ram to get through here. This is ridiculous. Oh, Demu's going to rally some horsemen over there, but actually outnumbered. It's not a great fight for him. Wait. Oh, wow. No. Wham. Okay, so he needs to go to the east side, but there's a world in which he can get a Sacred Site win condition here. Now, answer me this. Why can't my men run over here and jump off the cliff? Whoa, KP, you can't. No. I want them to strategically jump off the cliff to get in their base. It's different. I think we're almost over. It has to be almost over. Like, what does Numadan do from here? How does he not just die? Let's speed up a bit, because this is like trivial raids again. Okay, so Horseman just poking the backside. So yeah, he's denying out the relics at least temporarily, but that's annoying because Numadan... Oh, he has like no wood. Okay, yeah, he just bought a bunch. So we'll be able to save it. 6 freaking relics. And, well, hold on. Wait, what? What? Wham? What? Did he just... where are the workers going? So he just runs upfield to get his hands on the wood here. Shinobi can jump? That's true. This is Numadan's fault. He could have won this game if he'd just been producing ninja the whole time. They never expect the ninja. Ram's now coming out. There are some samurai to react to this. Men-at-arms in the neighborhood as well. But rocket launcher, castle will win. So Wham, carving up the remaining wood in favor of him here. Yeah, Numu just doesn't have the breadth to react to it easily. He's back on the push again. I think he knows that the clock runs this down. It becomes more and more problematic for him. Did at least burn through the walls again over here. Trebs. Ooh, they get the hit. Man goes down. 3 bombards remain. Trebuchets are going to be protected though. They get behind the wall. The horseman instead jumping down to the crossbowman. The crossbow count, the men-at-arms count, just too high here. Oh god, it's going to get so much worse. It's a proxy Rax attack from the flank. That fixes a lot of Wham's reinforcement issues now. That farm area at the back is definitely very important. How many farms? 28 farms back here. So fairly stacked up. Alright, dog dude. My battlefield is soon. We need to 2x speed because this could still be 2 hours long. Demu's still pushing. He has done a good job of building food reserves again. It was getting direly low. Now his wood and gold's the bigger problem. Oh, it gets found. This is all the gold he has, guys. He's spamming samurai with practically no gold income now. He's got, what, 2 relics here, 160, and probably like 2 forge drops. Maximum 300 gold income per minute. Maybe 400 if he's lucky. Trebs. Castle the Crow again. He's up to 9. Okay, wait. Are you telling me after an extra half an hour, this game is going to be won by Trebs? After all this? Nah. Horseman. Oh. He tries to get around the back. Trebs. They're hiding inside the crossbowman. There's men-at-arms there as well. And he gets the perfect square. Are you serious? Trebs stay alive. Hankan is now have to dive in to try and solve that. But the horseman wave has been eradicated. Only, what, 5, 6, 7 of them left. Okay, up to 12 again. Second wave comes in, but the Trebs, they get away. He ends up losing 3 in the end. Dodges the death. Critical to do so, because rebuilding Wingguard armies is slow. Army's still even, but we have got men-at-arms now slithering in from the east side like a little snake. And yes, English has 1 relic. Not no relics, 1 relic. 2 sacred sites now, but yeah, passive gold. In fairness, in Wham's defense, in this game, it would have been pretty BS if he didn't have that, because he doesn't have trade as an option, whereas Japan did. I don't know why they haven't just used the ETC Altai or whatever. Altai, it's weird to me that Altai gets added into rotation and still hasn't been updated. Like, you can't even argue that it doesn't need to be perfectly competitively viable. Like, it literally does not have a trade post for 1 player on this map. That's silly. That's outright stupid. Has he done it? I mean, the Trebs are coming in again. Infrastructure has become a bit of a problem. There's a lot of space here in Upper Numu. Here. Maybe his time is at an end here. His farms should be next at this rate. I think that the big problem for Numu is he's been stuck headbutting this instead of securing new wood the whole time. Just a step behind. Hides behind his men-at-arms wave here. Samurai looking in again. A handful of horsemen try to snipe the final one of the siege. There's only 1 bombard left. It's gonna go down. No siege left for Numadan. No answer to mass trebuchets to be found on such a choke point-oriented map. Ay, caramba. And by the way, big shout out to my incredible laptop for rendering this all constantly. But that's it. He calls it. Numadan has had enough of this crap. No more siege, no more play. Altai is going to be a GG. I don't know how I feel about that game. I think someone's getting banned. I mean, it was back and forth, but like there wasn't that epic like the finale moment, you know what I mean? Yeah, I do feel a bit robbed. All right, let's get ready to switch over, though. I have prepped... If you're watching YouTube, refresh in a second. I'm setting up a separate stream for Battlefield. So we're going to be hopping in to the brand spanker new Battlefield. So I'm going to start that stream. Give me a moment. Yeah, refresh in a second, YouTubers. And then I need to start TikTok as well, actually, now that I think about it. BRB. Uno momento, chat. We've even done a really cool graphic for it. Wow. One sec. Ugh. Dude, why is it being weird? Here, let me put the vibe music on. I know you guys like some Korra. It's being very weird. Wait, is it started? Dude, it's like TikTok is so weird sometimes with the platform and how you activate things. Nah, dude, we're not gonna be that queued back in queue, right? We better not be. Wait, why is it unpacking? It should unpack sooner, damn it. I hate it when you're like on game. I don't know why when you're on a game, it's like I get it for downloads, but like when it's just unpacking something, that's just silly. Battlefield 6 good? Oh, dude, I loved it. I was hooked on it. I played so much of it, and I played so much more of it off stream as well. It's really good fun. I had a blast with it. But we'll be checking out now to get the full opinion of it. We even have nice FPS scene. I do need to add in there's something I wanted to add, wasn't there? Yeah, I know what I want to add. 1 second, guys. Because we have the watch follow thing. I want to stick that across on the TikTok scene as well. Whoa, that's a bit big. That's what she said. That doesn't show very well, actually. I need to... We go like that. Sorry, I'm doing like production stuff in the background. We should be ready to get in a game in a second, though. Took a game 2 minutes to start. Well, I've got a better PC, I'm afraid. Oh, dude, that was a crazy game, though. I still can't believe how long that one was. What pure absurdity. By the way, guys, reminder, !Mark Heroes, be sure to go check out the trading card game. I actually, I pulled out the duplicate so you guys can have a look at the cards through piece by piece. We got Necromancy, Tome of Water, Amulet of the Undertaker, Bless, Archer, Angel, Skeleton, Bone Dragon, Walking Dead, White, Vampire, the Lich, Black Knight, Cavalier, Monk, Griffin, Swordsman, Pikeman. They look pretty sick, actually. I think my favorite holo, like, I'm actually, I don't know, I never was a Tome of Water guy, but it looks pretty sick. Outside that, though, the Angel is boss. So this is the Heroes of Might and Magic trading card game, by the way. Which will be made regardless, but go reserve your early copy. They're up to 600,000 euros in funding, which is pretty damn impressive. Let me also, we need to update. Are we live now on YouTube? We should be. Let me double check. A double check. Wait, is YouTube still running on the wrong one?